Yo guys, what is going on? Got some more rogue-ish decks for you guys in the BT8 format. On the right, we're playing everyone's fan favorite decks, the Dinosaur Soldier Squadron. You already know it's D-Brigade. So our opponent starts off with a pretty ideal opening, just a couple of Commandramons, and then we're going to green memory boost for the Nidhogg on the left. You see I'm playing a green deck. This is a traditional evolution kind of version of Shivamon. Hopefully Shivamon will hit the board at some point and we're not just rushed down by the Commandramons. That's one thing that's really good about the Commandramon engine. It's just so consistent and so it's also helping you in the grind game with things like Darkdramon. You can infinitely loop them, so it has good matchups all around, I think, against some of the faster decks as well as the slower paced decks. Anyways, we're just going to see the Deadly Axemon played as well, so we see the like Nightmon stuff splashed in there. So I'm going to, after that, play a Tentomon to get another +1 off of its on play effect, and then a hard play a Pistomon off of the double green memory boost there, putting my opponent to 3. So the unfortunate thing is Shivamon, although it is a really cool card, the deck does take quite a bit to set up if you're playing the traditional evolution version, trying to climb into your levels, and my hand just was not the most ideal. So our opponent is going to swing with the Commandramon revealing card off of the Pagumon, which was not actually added to the hand since it can only add black Digimon cards. And then we're probably just going to see something like an Izzy hit the board, or in this case we're going to see a Nightmon Cavalier mode. So that guy is a new one out of BT8. I believe he gives like a jamming or something to your Deadly Axe / Nightmons, whatever. You guys know the archetype I'm talking about. So the synergy with the D-Brigade is definitely there. He's just going to swing into security, hitting a HPD, adding it to my hand, and then swinging with the last Commandramon, putting me down to 0 security, and then end things off with the Izzy, playing it for 4, of course, but then revealing 3 black cards, stacking them in any order, and then gaining 1 memory off of the effect, not only taking out all of my security, but then locking me to 1. I'm going to attempt to try to dig through my deck a little bit, but honestly, the writing is on the wall. There's not really a whole lot I can do aside from like go into a Nidhogg here. If I had like a 1-cost champion, Digisorption, and the Nidhogg clears board, but he's still got the Hagurumon coming out and breeding. The unfortunate thing is, really, in the Shivamon deck, you can't play blockers really, because the Shivamon requires that all of your Digimon be suspended in order for you to be able to like freeze your opponent out of option cards. So I'm just going to go into Climbon off the HPD, bounce his Digimon, and then we're just going to scoop it up because he's got more than enough damage for game. Actually, he's gonna hybrid me for game, which is crazy. He just disrespected me. He doesn't even need to promote the rookie. But anyways, we're just gonna make our opponent start off again with the exact same opening of Commandramon and breeding to drop Commandramon on field. We're just going to go Tentomon into Kogamon, which is a really cool dual colored purple green card out of BT8, and then Digivolve into the Climbon, just trying to get more cards to the hand. So the cool thing about Kogamon is that now that you've got Shivamon in play, your opponent can't activate option cards, and then if you got Retaliation underneath them, they can't really swing over them. So then we're just going to swing in security and then use Pagumon's effect to mill 1, and then going to hit the Pride memory boost for a 4-cost, letting us reveal the top 3 cards of the deck, playing any black Digimon with, I believe it's 4-cost or lower, so quite a big threshold. Going to play the Commandramon, and then of course it's got the delay effect as well. I think Pride memory boost is such a powerful card, and then we're just going to swing security to make sure that the Climbon is suspended, and then Digivolve it into the Shivamon. So now that we've got the Shivamon on board, our opponent can no longer activate any option cards. Now, that does not prevent your opponent from using something like the delay effect of a Pride memory boost. It simply means they can't play any new ones from hand. So we saw the Parabolic Junk, I believe, in his hand from the previous turn, but he can't activate that now, actually, since Shivamon is suspended, or Shivamon requires that all of your Digimon in play be suspended. But anyways, we're just going to probably start swinging with the Floater Commandramon, so that is going to hit into a Samadi Santi, which is actually going to just suspend the other Commandramon, and which is really good because now I saved myself a security by suspending the second Commandramon, as well as prevented the deletion of the first one, so we can't float into like another one or say one of the blocker Commandromons. So a little bit unfortunate for my opponent, especially because now I know that after seeing his hand, he's got the Dark Roar as well, so can't really do much of anything except spam the field a little bit more. Going to play a Commandromon for a 2 cost, and we've also got the Sealsdramon in hand, I believe. We're just going to proc the Pride Memory Boost, go back on up to 3, and then play the Mechanorimon from hand for a cost of 4, putting me to 1. I'm going to gain 1 memory off of the Argomon baby there, and then when Shivamon unsuspends, it's going to trash the top card of my opponent's security. Now, that's all well and good, but my opponent does have 5 Digimon in play, so I really need to do something to get rid of these cards before I'm just absolutely throttled the following turn. So we've got the Shivamon. We could potentially swing over something. And then, of course, Clymon's inherited effect also lets you suspend something as soon as the Shivamon unsuspends for the for the start of your turn. So getting to suspend the Mechanori is really cool. Being able to prevent the infinite block is awesome. So we're just going to swing over the Commandromon, not swing over the Mechanori yet because Mechanori can't attack. So I just want to save myself as much security as possible right now. So we can possibly just attack over it next turn or something like that. I'm not really worried about it right now. We're just going to play the 2-drop Izzy that lets you gain a memory whenever you're suspended. We're just going to Digivolve into the Exermon there for a cost of 2, and then Digivolve the Clymon for a cost of 3, leaving my opponent with 3 memory. I do believe I've got 3 security left, so I should just be out of lethal, assuming all of my opponent's Commandromons don't die, and assuming he doesn't have a Darkdramon in hand, which is a little bit of a big assumption, but with only 4 to 5 cards in hand, I wasn't really too worried about it. We're just going to see the first Commandromon swing into security, hit a Kogamon. It is going to die, revealing the top 3 cards of the deck, allowing him to play another floater Commandromon from amongst those to the field there, and then the rest will go to the bottom of the deck. Probably just going to swing with the 3K Commandromon as well, hitting a Pulsemon, so actually living there, which is a little bit unfortunate, putting me down to just 1 security. He's 2 swings away. If we see maybe something like an Izzy, he could set up for a hybrid play next turn, or something like a DarkKnightmon over the Mechanori. He could even attack right now. We're just going to see another Commandromon going down to 0, so we've got 5 Digimon in play. And then lastly, to round it off, we are just going to just Digivolve a Sealsdramon in the breeding area there for a cost of 2. And then Shivamon's going to unsuspend, of course, suspending the Mechanori, gaining me a memory off the Argomon, and then trashing the top card of the security stack. Now right here, we actually did forget to trash the top card of my opponent's security with the Shivamon, but you guys will see in just a moment, it's not necessarily going to matter because my opponent is going to scoop on my next move. So we're going to swing with the Shivamon. Of course, our opponent should be technically down to 1 security right now, but then we're just going to Nidhogg his entire field away, bottom decking the 4 Digimon there, and after that, our opponent is just going to scoop. Like I said, I do apologize about the misplay. We didn't actually catch that, but it ended up not being influential to the whole outcome of the match, as you'll see in a little bit. So game 3, our opponent's going to start with pretty much the same opening that we've seen from the first 2 games, just Commandromon, Commandromon, and then I'm going to go ahead and start by playing a green memory boost, grabbing a Pulsemon, I believe, off of that, and then we're just going to see the Commandromon swing into security, revealing card with the Pagumon, as well as playing a Commandromon off of its on deletion effect, and most likely just going to swing with the 2-drop one as well, putting me down to 3 security and hitting a Shivamon in security, already down to 3 security after just the first turn. I think the speed of D-Brigade is just a little bit too faster, a little bit too aggressive for Shivamon to be able to deal with consistently, but anyways, we're going to see a Pride Memory Boost, revealing both a Mechanori as well as a Deadly Axemon, and the Deadly Axemon's effect will be able to reveal top 5, add any number of Axemons from those cards to your hand, and then keep in mind the Pride Memory Boost should actually just trash the bottom cards that went to the bottom deck there, so we're going to realize that in just a second and put those in the trash. And after that, I'm just going to play a Mimi to pass the turn after digivolving my Pulsemon, leaving my opponent with 1. Of course, he can go to 3 with the potential Pride Memory Boost. He's going to digivolve the Commandramon there, and I see no reason to just stop, just to start swinging once again. We're going to pop the Memory Boost, go up to 3 memory there, play a Hagurumon, which is a really, really nice consistency card in the D-Brigade deck. You get to just pitch any Cyborg, Digimon, or Machine, and draw 2 cards. All of the D-Brigades, which are Cyborg, I do believe. So we're going to swing with the Deadly Axemon, hit into a Nidhogg there, putting me down into 2 security. Of course, I've only got a rookie in the breeding area, so realistically, even if I bring that out and digivolve into a Shivamon, I won't be able to clear his board. A Nidhogg would be really nice, but I think in this list I was only running like 1 or 2 Nidhoggs, so already hit 1 in security there. We're just going to start with a 4 there, and then bring out the Pulsemon, pop the green memory boost, go on up to 6, hopefully trying to deal with the 3 Digimon my opponent has in play, and Rapidmon is a really good start to that, so I'm going to evolve Rapidmon for 4, suspend 2 of his Digimon, and then minus 5k on both of them since I've got 2 Tamers in play, and then gaining a memory off of the Izzy as well is a really, really nice addition there. You see there, I've also got the Samadhi Santi in my hand, so I could definitely play that for 1, allowing me to suspend the Commandramon and then prevent it from unsuspending for the following turn, in turn suspending my Rapidmon, so then I can go into Climbmon. I better just get that threat off the field, because Climbmon says if this Digimon suspended, I can return one of my opponent's suspended Digimon with 8,000 or lower DP essentially. So we're just going to clear that. He's going to swing into security with the Commandramon once again, revealing the top card, which I believe is a Deadly Axemon or Skull Knightmon, whatever support card they've got, the level 4 whatever, and then we're going to, and then revealing 1 more off of the Pagumon effect, and then sending the Commandramon to trash. So fortunately for me, he's going to whiff off of that effect. Left with 1 Commandramon on field, I've got 1 security. Can I do anything about it? He's still got 5 security cards left. The unfortunate thing about the Shivamon deck is very, very slow paced, so even in a scenario like this where I'm able to control the board, there's not a whole lot I can do to like push an OTK. You kind of just have to wait for like 4 to 5 turns to like slowly kill your opponent with Shivamon. So you really, really need to establish Shivamon as early as possible to get the like most value out of it and trash the most number of security cards. So we're going to see a Deadly Axemon digivolved for a 2 cost, and we might see the Cavalier mode digivolved on top of that for a 1 cost potentially, or he could pop the memory boost, go up into the DarkKnightmon for a cost of 3, and possibly swing over the Climbmon, because I do think that the Deadly Axemon gives it like plus 2,000. But anyways, we're just going to see the Cavalier mode, and then the Deadly, the DarkKnightmon, rather, so for a cost of 3. We're going to see the Pulsemon digivolved onto the Argomon there. I can definitely bring it out with the Mimi since I've got a level 5 or higher green Digimon, and possibly go something like an Exermon, swing over the DarkKnightmon, but the problem is that it can float into like Deadly Axe and the Cavalier mode as well. So the unfortunate thing is, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go Rapidmon instead, so go Rapidmon for 4, minus 5,000, gain the memory, so it is sitting at a 2,000 threshold, so I can definitely swing over it, but then in that case he will be able to float into a couple more Digimon. So we're going to Climbmon, attack over it, and then effect to replay the 2 materials underneath it, and then of course Deadly Axemon will have its effect to reveal some cards and get the plus 2 potentially. So we are going to take the Cavalier mode plus the DarkKnightmon from amongst those to the hand, and he's still got 2 Digimon on field. I'm going to go ahead and swing over the Deadly Axemon. In this case, I was asking my opponent which one is more of the threat here, but anyways, we're then going to go into Shivamon for a cost of 4. So now our opponent's only got 1 Digimon in play. I was feeling pretty good about this, but we're going to first of all just hatch a Digi-Egg. He's going to evolve just to cycle some more cards, but realistically all he needs to do here is swing, because at this moment he has got 5 D-Brigades in his trash that he can just put back from the trash to the top of the deck in order to, you guessed it, play out his boss monster Darkdramon. So guys, that is going to be game. He's just going to attack me with the Rush Digimon for game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that match. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.